Welcome to Scambaiting Emails, where today a guy named Elvis tries to scam someone who turns out to be an international drug smuggler. It begins with an email from Mrs. Janet Cooker, or is it from Bar Charles? Clearly, it's a highly confidential message, inasmuch as it's addressed to undisclosed recipients. Attention! Package owner. This is to inform you that a delivery company contacted my law firm regarding your unclaimed package in their custody, which they intend to hand over to the government as an unclaimed package. So am contacting you to know if you are still interested in claiming the package, as it has been with the Turkish customs for over a year now, and they have just informed us that they will release it once you meet the needed delivery conditions. So contact me as soon as possible with this email so that I will direct you on what to do. Regards, Bar Charles. Well, this sounds interesting, but I think Bar Charles has me confused with someone else. Dear Bar, I am in receipt of your email, which I received today. I am not aware of an unclaimed package that has been unclaimed for over a year. As you may know, my visa that I used to visit Turkey those times has been revoked due to a misunderstanding with certain authorities. I have not been to Turkey since 2014, so if someone sent a package to me there, then I guess that is why it has been unclaimed. To answer your question directly, yes, please forward the package on to me at my USA address that is on file with Customs. I don't know why they didn't just send it to me in the first place. In sincerity, Robb, or as my friends call me, Robb McClin. P.S. Who is Mrs. Janet Cooker? She sent me the email that had inside it the letter from you. 9 minutes later, I receive a reply from, well, it says it's from Robert T., but it's signed by Bar Charles. Attention, Robb McClin. Your message was well received. We will register the delivery of your package to a private delivery company and update you with the tracking number of the delivery company and also the contact of the delivery company so that you can contact them directly. Kindly fill out this information for confirmation, referring to a bunch of information that's really none of his business, including full name, full address, mobile telephone number, occupation, nationality. Also, attach any form of valid identification waiting to hear from you. Bar Charles. Dear Bar, I hereby officially permit you to forward my package to the address that is on file with Turkish Customs. Although they revoked my visa, they do still forward packages and communiques to my USA address, which is the same as it ever was. Also, because I do receive many packages sent to me from numerous countries, including Turkey, Costa Rica, Honduras, Bolivia, Colombia, and several others that prefer not to be named, please advise me who the sender is and, if noted, the contents. Certain items that are shipped to me should be used or cut by a certain date, and in such cases it would be a mistake for me to continue letting the days go by. If the package in question is too old, then it probably is not worth the time and trouble it would require of your law firm to forward it to me. If that is the case in this instance, our efforts would be as futile as trying to remove the water at the bottom of the ocean. Finally, it appears you overlooked the question I asked at the very end of my previous email that I sent to you. Who is Mrs. Janet Cooker? Does she work for your law firm? If so, does the traditional lawyer-client confidentiality guarantee apply to any and all communications I might have with her? Please do let me know who she is. These days, it is more important than ever to know who are the people involved in ventures such as ours. Once again, I receive a reply just 9 minutes later. Your message was well received. Well, Mrs. Janet Cooker works with my law firm, and all correspondence were sent out through her email. We will register the delivery of the package to a private delivery company and update you with the tracking number of the delivery company and also the contact of the delivery company so that you can contact them directly. Dear Bar, thank you for clearing up the identity of Mrs. Janet Cooker. In the interest of security of this correspondence, I need to confirm that she is fully an attorney and that any communications that involve her are covered by the traditional lawyer-client confidentiality guarantee. I do not intend any disrespect to Mrs. Cooker or to you. After much experience in my type of business, I have learned by the hair of the brush how important such a detail is. If Mrs. Cooker is not an attorney, I need your assurance that she will not have access to any of our correspondence henceforward, nor will any other non-attorneys. I look forward to your prompt reply. P.S. What is acceptable to you as valid identification? Attention, Robb McClin. Thanks for your message. I will like to assure you that Mrs. Cougar doesn't have access to any of our conversation. Meanwhile, you can provide either your driving license or your international passport. Also, fill out the information on my last post so that we can proceed with any more delays. And it's signed, Bar, with 2 R's, Charles. Dear Bar, thank you for reassuring me of the privacy of our communications. It occurs to me that I have not been told the name of the sender, which probably would be a person or a company. If by chance it happens that the sender is one of these, Mickey Spillane, Rogers Hornsby, or Boris Natasha, then you can just dispose of the package by the disposal method of your choice. I have never heard of any of those people, and certainly have never had any illicit business dealings with them. Otherwise, please forward the package on to me at my USA address that is on file with Customs. P.S. I just now noticed that your emails now are being sent to me by a Robert T. Who is Robert T? I really would like to keep this matter confidential between you and me if possible. It might appear that I am engaging in an overabundance of caution, but as they say around here, too many canaries produces an unwelcome choir, if you know what I mean. The following day, I send a follow-up email to, follow up. Per my email to you on yesterday, please advise name of the sender on the package in question. I would like to dispose of this matter promptly. But wait, suddenly Bar Charles' email doesn't seem to be working. Your message wasn't delivered because the address couldn't be found or is unable to receive mail. That's odd. Perhaps Janet Cougar can shed some light on this. Dear Janet Cougar, on August 31, 2021, you emailed me on behalf of Bar Charles regarding a package that belongs to me and whose proper delivery we were in the process of arranging. Suddenly, however, his email address has stopped working. I keep receiving a message saying his mailbox has been disabled. This is very upsetting to me because my package remains stuck in Turkey with no way for me to retrieve it. Do you have another working email address for Bar Charles? That prompts a reply from, it says it's from Bar Charles, which is weird because I had written to Janet Cougar. Thanks for your message. Kindly contact the barrister with this email, and it lists a new address. Also, send him this needed information for process. And there's that stuff that's really none of his business. Waiting to hear from you. But the return address is Brown's Ms. Linda 31. Even though I'm being told to contact the barrister with yet a different address, Ken P. 2843. This all seems quite confusing to me, so I simply hit reply. Dear Janet Cougar, thank you gratefully for giving me Bar Charles' new address. I will write to him ASAP, as soon as possible. With all these different addresses being thrown around, I had simply hit reply to see what happens. And what happens is my reply was sent to the address that I thought wasn't working. And I was right. It still isn't working. So I send my thank you to Janet Cougar at her Brown Ms. Linda 31 address, and then I write to Bar Charles at the new address Janet had given me. Dear Bar, did you know that your Robert Awo 25 email has stopped working? The email I sent you a couple of days ago in response to your most recent email was returned or bounced back to me with no explanation. This caused me considerable concern, inasmuch as I am eager to conclude our arrangement as soon as is safely possible without any more delays. So I wrote to Mrs. Janet Cougar, who elucidated that I should contact you at this new address. Below, I am reprinting the original email I sent you on September 5, the one that you never received the first time. Please respond to my concerns expressed therein so that we may move forward. Fortunately, I do receive a reply from someone named Stephen Burleson, a person or persons unknown to me, who is using the Ken P. 284 address. Attention, Mr. Robb McClin. Thanks for your prompt message. I'm working towards restoring my previous email service. Your package has been held for so long in Turkey, so it needs a clearing agent to visit the customs service to know what it will take to get the package released. So if you are really willing to have this package released and sent to you, kindly contact the clearing agent with this information and ask him what it will take to have the package released from the customs. Agent's name, Elvis Donald. Email address, super.elvisdonald201. And kindly give us your phone number or WhatsApp number so that our customer care might contact you. Waiting to hear from you, Bar with 2 R's, Charles. Okay, he wants me to write to Elvis, so... Dear Mr. Donald, I am writing to you per the instructions of Mr. Bar Charles, whose email address has stopped working. He sent me those instructions from an account that says Stephen Burleson, even though the message was from Bar. I was given that new address by Janet Cooker, who was the first person to contact me on behalf of your company, and who at the time instructed me to contact Mr. Bar Charles at the address that doesn't work now but originally worked. I followed Janet's latest instructions and sent a message to Bar via the new account, the one that says it's from Stephen Burleson. Bar replied to that message by asking me to contact you, Elvis Donald, at this address. All of this is because apparently you have a package that is supposed to be delivered to me from Turkey, but instead has been just sitting around for over a year. So far, I have been unable to find out who sent it to me, what is inside the package, a tracking number, or other identifier for the package, nothing at all. If I understand Bar correctly, you work for some sort of clearing agency, but I haven't even been told the name of your company. Are you indeed the person who can get things done around here? If so, please see to it that my long overdue package is sent to me at my address that is on the package, which also should be the address Customs has on file for me because I haven't moved for many, many years. I am looking forward to your assistance in successfully concluding this operation and very soon being able to view these problems as something I see only by looking out my back door, as they say. P.S. In my most recent message to Mr. Bar Charles, I asked him an additional question that I need to have answered before we can move forward with this. I trust he has passed that question regarding the sender to you. Good morning, Mr. Robb McClenn. I have read through your message and will like to inform you that I will be going to the customs office this morning to know what it will take to free up your package for delivery. Understand that since I am not the rightful owner, they can't grant me immediate access to it unless we start the process of its claim by knowing what it will take to free it up. I will update you once I'm back from the customs. Elvis. True to his word, Elvis contacts me the following day. I have gone to the customs office and we had a series of discussion regarding the release of the package. They notified me that we need to pay $500 for the procurement and the release of your package. So if you are ready to send the fee, let me know so that I can send you payment details. But I can't help arrange for the procurement and the release of my package without first understanding more of the details of this caper. Dear Mr. Donald, I have been given absolutely zero information about the package to which you refer. I explicitly pointed this out to you in my previous email. To my surprise and dismay, you appear simply to have ignored my partial list of informational particles regarding which I need to be informed. I need not repeat that list here. That list is in the email I sent you yesterday. In addition, my earlier message to you included a P.S. in which I advised you that I have been waiting for Mr. Bar Charles to reply to an additional question that I need to have answered before we can move forward with this. You have ignored that, too. If you cannot be bothered to look at that email again and respond to each and every one of my reasonable concerns, then I will search for and find some other clearing company to handle this matter for me. One reason I have been so successful with my international import-export business of delicate items is my attention to detail. In this business, sloppy mistakes and oversights can become very large problems with legal ramifications that ramify beyond a level I would find acceptable. Either give me straight answers to my straight questions, or I will be forced to find a different company that takes these important details seriously and does not play around with my time, which for obvious reasons I am unable to keep in the bottle. Cordially, Robb McClenn. Attention, Mr. Robb McClenn. Thanks for your message. You knew that you wrote a lot of things in the email you sent to me, but I will humbly ask you to list out the questions you need answers so that I will attend to them. Waiting to hear from you. Dear Mr. Donald, at least some of the questions I have been trying to get answered are, 1. Because I receive many packages sent to me from numerous countries, including Turkey, Costa Rica, Honduras, Bolivia, and several others that prefer not to be named, please advise me who the sender is, that is, the name of the sender, Who sent the package to me? What is the name of the sender? 2. What is inside the package? Certain items that are shipped to me should be used or cut by a certain date, and in such cases it would be a mistake for me to continue letting the days go by. 3. It is imperative to confirm that the sender is not any of these: Mickey Spillane, Rogers Hornsby, Boris Natasha. Important. If the sender is one of the above, then you can just dispose of the package by the disposal method of your choice. I have never heard of any of those people, and certainly have never had any illicit business dealings with them. 4. What is the tracking number or other official identifier for the package? 5. What is the name and contact information for your clearing agency? I am hopeful that we can get this project back on the road again, because time is slipping away. I'm glad to have ended up corresponding with Elvis, because he answers my important questions. Thanks for your message. I would like to answer you questions one after the other. 1. The package was sent to us by a U.S. soldier who served in Afghanistan but was unfortunate to be killed in the course of the mission. His name, Sergeant Claire Burris. To the customs confirmed that the package was intercepted when it was scanned and discovered that it contains gold and other solid jewelries. 3. I can confirm to you that none of these 3 people are senders, namely Mickey Spillane, Rogers Hornsby, Boris Natasha. Because the package has been abandoned for over 1 year now, so its delivery company that started the delivery abandoned the delivery, so it has not tracking number, as we are going to re-register the package for delivery to your address as the receiver. 5. The name of my clearing agency is GIF Logistics International, and a whole bunch of address and contact stuff, most of which I'm not sure what is what, although Adkeniz is a city in Turkey. I hope I have elaborately answered your questions, as we do not have more time to waste, so we need to act fast so that the customs will release the package to us for delivery. So go ahead and make the needed payment without further delays. Waiting to hear from you. Coincidentally, Elvis ends his message with "waiting to hear from you," which are the exact words Bar Charles often uses at the ends of his messages. A few hours later, Elvis checks in again to prod me into action. Am yet to hear from you regarding the delivery. The following day, I send Elvis a chatty email, thanking him profusely for his assistance. Thank you for taking the time and making the effort to address my concerns, which is of great help to me. I really appreciate that. Claire Burris is the name of a person unknown to me. I am sad that he has died in battle, of course, but why did Bar Charles's law firm say they were contacting me regarding your unclaimed package? I understand from your explanation that the package is considered abandoned. I don't wish to appear dunderheaded, but how did it come to be that I was selected to be the replacement recipient? Shouldn't this go to Claire Burris's surviving family? As far as I know, there aren't any Burrises in my family, so I don't think I would be related. To the contrary, I am everyday people. Although I guess it could be someone's maiden name or something like that. Could you elucide me about that? I just don't want us to make some big mistake that will be impossible to fix later. In that same minute, that email to Elvis bounces back to me. I have to admit to feeling some frustration and annoyance, and some concern. Has something happened to Elvis? I'd better ask Bar. Following your instructions, I entered into an email communication with Mr. Elvis Donald, the clearing agent at GIF Logistics International. But when I just now tried to send him another email regarding how the fee is to be paid, that email was returned to me. See photo. Is he okay? Do you know what happened to him and how he can be reached? He explained to me that one soldier related to the abandoned shipment already has died. I fear something bad or negative may have befallen Mr. Elvis Donald, too. I hope you successfully receive this email from me and can elucide me about why Mr. Elvis Donald appears suddenly to have disappeared. My emotions have traveled from great joy at the box of gold and other things to fear for the well-being of Mr. Elvis Donald. Once again, I receive a reply from either Stephen Burleson or Bar with 2 R's Charles. Whoever it is suggests I try reaching Elvis at a new address. I waste no time checking in with Elvis to make sure he's alive and okay. Dear Mr. Donald, when I replied to your most recent email, it immediately was returned to me. This has made me very concerned about your safety and well-being, so I emailed Bar Charles to ask if he knew what happened to you. He told me to contact you at this new address. I seem to have skipped 2 words there. Are you okay? Knowing from your most recent email that at least one soldier already has died, I worried that something bad may have befallen you. It's actually a very strong feeling, but I keep reminding myself that feelings are nothing more than feelings. They are not necessarily facts. Please let me know if this reaches you safely. Elvis responds, I have received your message. I don't really know what happened to my other mailbox. Are you now ready to make the payment? Let me know if you are ready to make the payment. I am relieved to confirm that Elvis is still alive, and I don't mind telling him so. I am most relieved to learn you are safe. In today's wild world, you never can tell. Thank you for taking the time and making the effort to address my concerns, which is of great help to me. I really appreciate that. These questions will be familiar to you, with the addition of some ominous comments about certain of my business partners. Claire Burris is the name of a person unknown to me. I am sad that he has died in battle, of course, but why did Bar Charles's law firm say they were contacting me regarding your unclaimed package? I understand from your explanation that the package is considered abandoned. I don't wish to appear dunderheaded, but how did it come to be that I was selected to be the replacement recipient? Shouldn't this go to Claire Burris's surviving family? As far as I know, there aren't any Burrises in my family, so I don't think I would be related. To the contrary, I am everyday people, although I guess it could be someone's maiden name or something like that. Could you LU-side me about that? I just don't want us to make some big mistake that will be impossible to fix later. Finally, the package contains gold and other solid jewelries. I am totally without ideas to explain how a soldier would acquire such treasures. If there has been, is, or will be any illegality involved with this operation, that is something I need to be made of immediately so that I can take appropriate measures in anticipation of receiving and then distributing or otherwise disposing of items that might attract the unwanted attention of certain authorities whom I needn't name. Without boring you with the details, let us simply say I have in place a sophisticated worldwide distribution operation that might come in handy should we need to act with overwhelming discretion. I will look forward to your informative responses so that we can complete this operation quickly and without haste or undue risk. 3 days pass with no response. So again, I write to Elvis. Dear Mr. Donald, did you receive the reply I sent to you at your new address instead of the old address that seemed to stop working? It contained a couple more questions to make sure I understand the exact nature of our venture. I was quite surprised at what you told me the package contains. If possible, I would like us to complete this entire operation by the end of this week. Next week, I expect to be busy with some legal proceedings here, not having anything to do with the package you and I have been discussing. 9 minutes later, Dear McClellan, I received your message and I did ask you if you are not ready to make the payment. Waiting to hear from you. I reply to Elvis just 3 minutes later. No, I meant the message I sent to you after you wrote to me from your address. It contained a couple of additional important questions to help make sure I fully understand what's going on here. Here's a copy of the email I sent you. And I reprint the earlier email. 13 minutes later, Elvis is back in my inbox. I want you to understand that Mr. Clare trusted you. That was why G assigned you take care of the package. The company is not happy with your delays towards the receipt of the package. I will instruct that you follow our instructions. I really don't react well to being instructed what to do. Elvis's latest message is another brick in the wall. Straight answers to direct questions. That's the way I like it. But it has become apparent that it's time for me to give it up with these guys, and I don't pull any punches. Okay, obviously you are playing some sort of stupid joke on me. A brave soldier dies, but leaves instructions to send me the package because he trusted me, even though I never have known anyone named Claire Burris or Mr. Claire or Mr. Burris. And you keep asking me to make the payment without telling me the amount of the payment? Actually, he had told me the payment would be $500, but I didn't forget. I simply misplaced that fact somewhere in my memory. To quote you, and I quote, "The company is not happy with your delay towards the receipt of the package. I will instruct that you follow our instructions. Please tell the company that I do not work for them and that I could not give a fig's leaf if they are not happy, and nobody, including you, tells me what to do." Over the years, I have arranged for a few individuals to disappear because they made the mistake of trying to tell me what to do. I had thought I've been communicating with a company that is experienced in facilitating shipments from Turkey. Because I have a number of import-export deals scheduled for the next calendar year, I thought you might be a good partner to include in appropriate deals that involve importing to or exporting from Turkey. But to be considered to partner with me, a company must be two things: discreet and very good at their jobs. Clearly, GIF Logistics International does not have the experience and intelligence I require of my partners. That's right, I fired the scammers. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel so you'll know whenever I've added a new Scambaiting email video. If you'll be kind enough to comment below on your reactions to this video, I promise to make sure Robb sees it. It's been an honor to share this Scambaiting adventure with you. In sincerity and on behalf of Robb McClin.